A CEO who declared that water is not a human right, a law that makes it illegal to collect rain in your own bucket, and a Wall Street ticker symbol that bets on your dehydration. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly how the most essential substance on Earth is being seized by private capital, and why the next global war won't be fought over oil, but over the liquid in the glass sitting on your desk. You are about to see the blueprint for the privatization of life itself. Stop looking at the price of gasoline. That is a distraction. Look at your kitchen sink. For your entire life, you have operated under a specific assumption. Water is a public good. You turn the tap, it flows, and you pay a nominal fee for the pipes and the cleaning. You assume that no matter how poor you are, you will always be allowed to drink. That era is over. The financial elite have realized something terrifyingly simple. You can live without oil. You can live without data. You can live without electricity. But you cannot live more than 3 days without water. This makes water the ultimate asset. It has inelastic demand. That is, economists speak for, we can charge whatever we want, and they have to pay it. If the price of water goes up 10,000%, you won't boycott it. You will sell everything you own to buy it. You are not looking at a utility bill. You are looking at a ransom note. They are turning your biology into a subscription service. And if your card declines, you don't just lose access. You expire. To understand how they are capturing the rain, we have to look at the 3-stage strategy. It is already in motion. Step 1 is the setup, the philosophical shift. Before you can sell air or water, you have to convince the world it isn't free. Enter Nestle. In a 2005 documentary titled We Feed the World, Peter Brabeck-Letmathe, the chairman of Nestle, said the quiet part out loud. He argued that the idea of water being a human right was extreme. He suggested that water should have a market value. This wasn't a slip of the tongue. It was a declaration of intent. The strategy is to reframe water from a gift of nature to a blue gold. Once you define it as a commodity, you can own it, you can bottle it, and you can sell it back to the people who live next to the spring for $2 a bottle. Step 2 is the trick, the financialization. This is where Wall Street enters the room. For decades, investors speculated on oil, corn, and gold. But water was too difficult to trade. It was heavy. It was local. Until the 7th of December 2020. That is the day the CME Group launched the world's first water futures market. The ticker symbol is NQH20. Water officially joined gold and oil as a speculative asset. Hedge funds can now bet on water scarcity. Think about what that means. These investors want the price to go up. They profit when there is a drought. They profit when the reservoirs run dry. They have a financial incentive for you to be thirsty. Michael Burry, the famous investor from The Big Short, has been focusing his trading strategy on one thing: water. He isn't buying gallons of water. He is buying the land that sits on top of the aquifers. He is locking the doors to the underground vaults. Step 3 is the proof. You think the government will stop them? You think this is illegal? Look at Cochabamba, Bolivia. In the year 2000, under pressure from the World Bank, the country privatized its water supply. They sold it to a consortium led by Bechtel, an American engineering giant. The result? Rates skyrocketed by up to 300%. But here is the smoking gun. The contract gave the company rights to all water in the region. It became illegal for poor families to collect rainwater in buckets on their own roofs. The rain falling from the sky was considered the property of a corporation. The people rioted. The water war left citizens injured, and the city in chaos. This isn't a dystopian novel. It is the historical precedent for what happens when you let a corporation own the rain. So, how does the wealth transfer actually happen? It happens through public-private partnerships. Municipal governments are broke. Their pipes are old. They can't afford to fix them. Along come the water giants companies like Veolia and Suez. They say, we will fix your pipes. We will manage your water. You just sign the contract. The city signs. The corporation takes over. The first thing they do is fire the union workers. The second thing they do is raise the prices. The profits flow out of your community and into the stock portfolios of investors in London and New York. The water quality often drops because cleaning water cuts into margins. Remember Flint, Michigan? That was a failure of management driven by cost cutting. Now imagine that same cost-cutting mentality, but driven by a legal obligation to maximize shareholder profit. They extract the value from your local river, sell it to you at a markup, and when the aquifer runs dry, they declare bankruptcy and move to the next town. We are carbon-based life forms, but we are water-based organisms. We are 70% water. To privatize water is to privatize the human body. It is the final frontier of capitalism. They have sold us the land, the food, and the energy. Now they have come for the blood of the earth. We are building a world where the rich will have swimming pools and green lawns, and the poor will have ration cards. The question isn't, is there enough water? There is. The question is, when the last river is owned by a hedge fund, how much will you be willing to pay for one more day of life?